does.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 25th ever episode of Press A2 Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Hujik, and with me today is Brandon Williams.
Yo.
Taylor
But
Severn.
more importantly, can we talk about, like, Star Wars Rogue One?
Oh my god, no, because we'll completely derail the show. Taylor Severn.
I'm here.
Scott McPherson.
I'm proud of you. You got it on your first try.
I don't know what you're talking about, but we made it. We
The
did
number
it.
that we're on.
We're doing a show. I know. I have it written down as 26, and that's wrong. But we did it. We made it. We're all here together at last. We're doing our episode on Stardew Valley. So excited.
What's that?
What's that? Well, it's a game. It's a game that we're going to be discussing.
We're going to tell you.
But before we get there, I want to ask you guys personally, how are you? How are you guys? Brandon, we'll start with you.
I am awful, but I'm here.
That's great.
It's not. Oh. No, it's not.
I fucking
I like to
heard
think
that.
the blue hue of your camera shows your emotion.
Yeah, I'd like to think that's my exact emotion right now.
It's blue.
Just
blue.
calm and collect.
That's good.
And
That's
somber.
good.
But inside, I am a violent
like,
volcano ready to erupt.
Well, that's what you.
You're like-
that's
I don't
what
think
you
blue
signify.
represents that at all.
Well, that's what
Do you
Brandon
have,
signifies in the blue.
Sadness touching all of your core feelings, your core emotions. That's what's happening.
Scott,
Sadness is going ham on his core.
Too much, actually.
Scott is.
And my core is like 10% right
is
now.
Team
just
Sadness. Is Team Sadness attacking your core right now?
Holy fuck! What are you doing?
That's great.
awful. Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
They're not doing something in the background. Scott,
No,
how are you?
Totally not.
I'm not doing anything. My hands are right here.
Taylor, how are you?
And that's
More
that.
importantly, that was Taylor.
I'm pretty neutral. Just I'm hanging in there.
I
Switzerland.
mean that sounds about that sounds correct emotional range wise for a hand. That seems like right where you should be as a hand.
Neutral.
I've
I mean, this is a
accepted-
pretty standard emotion for a hand, I think.
To a hand,
I'm
that
not
means
quite
nothing.
there yet. I'm not quite there yet.
I feel like you need to break the mold and join us in the 21st century with a webcam.
No.
Oh,
I do have a webcam.
That is
It's
his
just a picture
webcam,
of my
man.
hand.
he's just stuck behind a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but I don't believe it.
Well, as Naruto would say,
If you
believe
keep
it.
if you keep watching the hand, it will move eventually.
You see
now-
why it's slightly
I'll look
blurry?
for
It's
it.
because I'm moving so fast. I'm just twitching.
So as I mentioned, we're going to be covering Stardew Valley today. It's it's
The game.
basically a Harvest Moon clone. If it really comes down to it. For those of you that don't know what Harvest Moon is it's a fairly old franchise. It still comes out every couple of years. That's basically a farming simulator. You kind of strategize how to build your farm. It also has some elements of like not exactly dating sim, but like you can court different characters. You can learn about different characters, and it's got some story elements in that regard.
In my experience, it's more of a social sim instead of a farming sim.
Potentially,
Because I mean, there's way more to the game than farming.
yes, but farming is kind of like the core concept. But either way, that's Harvest Moon.
Kinda.
Harvest Moon.
Barely any of that.
That's Harvest Moon. But Stardew Valley is basically kind of like one guy's take. One guy made this game. Art, sound, story,
Unbelievable.
coding. Did the whole everything in 4 years it took him. And the game is basically kind of like a more updated, upgraded version of Harvest Moon. It's basically just kind of with modern Western sensibilities, an update to Harvest Moon. Now, the game has kind of gotten some unexpected amount of popularity. It's got pretty big on Twitch. It made quite a splash on Steam and GOG, and that's great because I've been looking for a game like Harvest Moon for quite a while, because Harvest Moon as a franchise has not been doing well. I don't think their games have been pretty good, and I think Stardew Valley might have corrected some of those issues. Now,
Oh god, all of the issues.
I mean, yeah, we should probably do Harvest Moon at some point, but so
Like the old ones or the new ones?
Maybe both. Who knows?
Or as a whole?
As a whole, maybe. But to round out the explanation on the game is basically, like I said, a farming simulator. You can also mine, craft, forage. Yeah, you're welcome for that.
Star and then craft. War and then craft.
You can fish, and then also there's the interactions with the different villagers of your village.
Fishcraft?
Well, it's not your village.
Not yet, but I mean, I think it's Bioshock. Bioshock 1 and 2, at least.
It's not your village. Not yet. Ambitious.
Right?
I don't know if
someone has more motives than just starting a farm.
It's gonna turn that town into an economical powerhouse.
It's going to be quite the sight.
He is the Joja president. That's
Jojo?
what's really going on.
Or it is Jojo, you're right. But yes, so we'll move into the narrative of the game. So, the basic narrative is that...
Plug.
Your
Plug.
grandfather... I don't know what we're plugging.
Sound
Your
effects.
grandfather.
Oh,
Doing
the sound
awful.
effects? I don't have them. Taylor shut me down. Stay a while and listen. There you go. There's your sound effect, you bastard.
I was actually gonna try to find the stay a while and listen sound effect.
If you could and then send it to me, that would be great. Now, for narrative. Basically,
Oh, wow.
your grandfather leaves you the deed to his old farm and says, "Hey, if life ever gets you down, take this. It'll help you out." So it kind of flashes forward to you working at a for like a super
he
mega.
doesn't say that. He says
You're all
when
wrong.
life gets you down and you've reached the lowest point ever, open this envelope.
Yes.
Yeah.
And inside is the deed, and so you're working at this mega corp as just like on a computer, and everyone is slowly dying around you out of just sheer grind. So you're like, hey, fuck it, let's go open this thing, and it turns out it's a deed to a farm. You go there, you meet some villagers, you find your grandpa's old farm. It's kind of disheveled, so you have to start building it back up again. That's basically the premise. Make money in your new life. There's lots of different characters and events that you can kind of explore and figure out if you choose to, or you can just kind of stay on your farm and plant vegetables or shear sheep, whatever you want. Go fishing for money.
Grow eggs.
Or just stand there repeatedly as the day and night cycle goes by. So the main draw narrative-wise is the characters. Harvest Moon was kind of known for its different characters, and as the series went on, it kind of reused many of the same characters, and they were often usually just ended up being tropes and stuff. And either due to just Japanese sensibilities, they were kind of, that kind of weird Japanese style, or due to kind of shitty translation, they kind of became a little wacky in the Western translations. But this game is made by... Yeah. This game is made by an American, I believe, from North America.
America.
It has lots of Western sensibilities. It's kind of set, at least you think at the first that it's set in a kind of modern era. There's cars and electricity and stuff. But the characters are the real draw, story-wise. And I thought they were actually quite well developed. I was surprised. What did you guys think of the characters at large?
I like them. I think it's well developed, like you were saying. And there's not like a whole like push to make you like get to know these characters too, which is kind of nice.
It's completely up to you.
Yeah.
Taylor, Scott, what about you guys?
Well, I feel like they may have, or no, those are not. Yeah, they should have like kind of the opposite effect. They kind of should have made you interact with them, because like I really just like, because you don't have to. It's kind of just like, ew.
Do I really want to?
It's like, why would I do that when I can just sit there and fish and earn money all day?
Well, there is benefits to it.
Yeah.
Who likes balance?
But I mean, really,
Friends
is it
with
worth
benefits?
the energy?
Now, you say
Yes.
that, but I mean, it kind of factors into a gameplay aspect because talking to characters and interacting with them, you're kind of encouraged to do it because not only does it like not only do they say, "Hey, come over to my shop," like they can sell you things, but also interacting with characters, giving them gifts and stuff like that opens up the possibility to learn more about them, but also get gifts from them or different events or different items that can help you in your quest to basically make more money. And then there's also the social aspect, game aspect of it, where you're trying to find a romantic partner.
Can you get a free child labor from them?
I don't believe so.
No.
I think that
Then what's the point?
I believe in the game you can get a child, but I think they don't really ever grow up past the like infant stage. I'm not sure
I think
about
there's
that.
a mod to actually get your significant other to work on your farm.
No, I think they do already. And in either case, the developer of the game has said that he plans on adding those kinds of features in a later update.
Hey,
I think they do, but each person does different things for your farm.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'm really not sure. I haven't got that far yet. But plan to court Leah.
Leah?
Oh yeah.
excited that she'll become Diablo?
I mean,
Yes,
that's what he's banking
that's
on,
pretty
really.
much the reason
I
why.
was, I was
I'm glad you
I was
understood
putting
that.
on Haley.
Haley? Oh, goodness. I
Oh
hate
god,
her.
she's so dumb.
Yeah. So, what's your point?
I myself was leaning towards Penny right off the bat, but then I kind of started interacting with the other characters and started getting to know them a lot more. And I've kind of gotten interested in both Leia and Sebastian, actually. Marcin,
Jacob.
what? Marcin kind of convinced me to kind of break the mold and interact with more than just the female characters, and I think it's been working out. I really like Sebastian, actually. He seems very interesting. He seems to be in a somewhat similar position, although not quite, because he's actually making money off the internet, but he seems to be some sort of content creator on the internet.
Yep.
But yeah, speaking of which,
Lazy
We can
fuck
learn some
never
points off him.
leaves his room though.
maybe we can get like a collaboration and get some subs through it.
The lazy fuck never leaves his room. He's
I
like
know it's so
outside
hard to get him. You have to get him like,
an
oh
hour
my
a
god,
day.
Sebastian's out of his room. Yeah. But that brings
Just
up
stand there, stare over his door in the
something
basement, and
that,
wait for him to leave.
I was
That's
surprised with,
creepy.
which was that like coming from Harvest Moon, like
I've
I was
done it.
saying, so many of the characters are just like tropes. Like they're the same character you played from the last game, or just the same character that you've seen everywhere. And also, again, it has that kind of Japanese sensibility, so it's Japanese character tropes as well. Whereas this one is very, it's much more not only Western, but more modern and more mature, which I really appreciated. Just the world itself, it was kind of grown up as opposed to Harvest Moon. Because I mean, like one of the characters, Penny, her mom is like a drunk, and she's like comes from kind of like a bad home. Like I said, Sebastian it makes his money, like works off the internet, and his parents don't understand, so there's some conflict there. And another girl, once you interact with her a little bit, her father actually confronts you and says like, stay away from her, like. She's gonna focus on her education. She doesn't need to mess around with a farmer, and like there was just a lot more mature themes in it that I really appreciated. Did you guys were you guys struck by that at all, or was it just me?
Like I said, I really
haven't-
haven't done a lot.
I haven't
of
got to
interacting.
actually any hard event yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been kind of like I'm close to a lot,
Focusing on
but
the farm.
I'm not quite there. Yeah, I'm mostly focusing on the farm and trying to like establish a good economy.
But yeah, I kind of.
So
I kinda
only
started-
Jacob cares about the story, it seems.
Well, I mean,
imagine
I
that.
do parts of the stories, but I mean, it's not a lot. Like I'll do like a quest here and there when they're asking for things.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, right now I'm kind of just feeling it out, seeing what they like, seeing what they don't like.
Yeah.
Like-
that's kind of what I like. I just like.
I'm trying to use as little wiki as possible,
Same. Yep.
so it's
she
quite hard
Yeah.
trying to figure out each specific like good items for each person.
Yeah, when you give them that like shitty item, you're just like, ah, fuck no.
Yeah, and then their hearts go back down to 0. And
Yeah, and
you're
you're
just
like, you write it down, never give them
uh,
strawberries or whatever the fuck.
yeah.
Oh,
I
they don't like being
accidentally
stabbed.
gave somebody a gift and they hated it. It
Yeah,
was
no,
funny.
that happens actually fairly frequently because most of like the
Yes.
early level stuff that you like forage or whatever, like people don't want that. Every
Yeah.
now
Oh,
and
it was
then you'll be
copper.
like,
It was copper ore.
oh, give that to Flint. Flint actually likes the minerals.
Colt?
Well, I would imagine.
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't think so. I would have thought that.
I like that, Taylor. I heard
I
you.
approve.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
so sorry.
Clint Cole?
Anyways, but beyond the characters, I was also quite interested with the setting. Like I mentioned, it seems to be set in kind of like a modern, contemporary. Is that no, not contemporary, but it seems to be set in the modern world. Again, there's cars, there's electricity, there's the internet. But as you kind of go through the game, you start to uncover. Well, you meet a wizard, and at first you're just like, is he actually a wizard or is he
Spoiler
crazy?
alert.
Yeah, sorry. This is all pretty early stuff. I won't get past anything that's in like the first 2 seasons. But yeah, you meet a wizard. There's the mine where you can mine for minerals and
What?
stuff. Where you meet like slimes and like these weird bats, and like you actually have a sword that you can fight them. While you're digging in there, you might find like dwarven helms. There's like lots of like weird mystical, and then of course there's these weird fairy sprite type of creatures that you interact with as well.
Yeah.
So like there's much more going on under the surface. It makes it seem like it's a fantasy world that has kind of developed similar to our own. It's very, very cool, and it all introduced pretty slowly, but kind of like, oh yeah, there just happens to be monsters here. Like that's just how the world is. I thought it was very well done. And the other narrative aspect to it is the events. There's one in particular that I really enjoyed where there's the two youngest children of the village are playing near a sewer grate, and they're kind of staring at it and looking inside like, oh yeah, I swear I saw something one time, like I think there's something in there, like no there isn't, and then you hear this like kind of like noise, and they get scared and run off, and your character goes towards it and like looks inside and also hears the noise and then bolts because he's
And then
so afraid.
he jumps back and
Did
And
you
the
guys
the kids mention
see
that
the
there's
thing
like
in the
a
water?
bubbles,
No.
something bigger.
wait, what?
So I was fishing, like right by the fisherman's hut,
Oh, okay.
and all of a sudden there's this head that just like this monster head that just like came out of the water and then it just like swam away, and I was just like,
Oh boy,
What?
yeah.
I've never
See-
seen that.
See, that's why I friggin' love this game, because it does mystery so well. Like it just gives you like little it just foreshadows something like that event, or you'll just find something absolutely crazy that you weren't expecting. Like you're just like farming and picking your turnips and then fishing, and then all of a sudden you see a friggin' monster just swim up out of the water. Like it's so good at it. Like it's just so nonchalantly like, oh yeah, also there's friggin' crazy octopus things. But or mer people or whatever it could be. But yeah, I really like that aspect of the game. So narrative wise, did you guys? I was pretty happy with it. I really enjoyed it. It really kept me going, like just beyond the core mechanics of the game, just like going out, exploring, interacting with these characters and finding these events and different mysteries of the town. I really enjoyed it. But I don't know if it's enough for you guys, because it's not exactly like, it's not super heavy. It's not like really like, like what could the writer possibly like mean by these themes and whatever. It's not The Witness. It's just, yeah, these are the characters and things happen, and some of it's kind of mysterious and you want to explore. But I kind of enjoyed it.
No, for sure. Like I like that it's there. I just like I said, I've only finished one season so far, so I'm still fairly early in the game. So I've kind of just been like trying to
Not die.
just like save money and like stuff like that, and like start stockpiling like resources.
Mm-hmm.
resisting the urge to stab people.
Or rifle through their garbage, which you can do in this game.
Yes, you can, but don't let anyone see you.
No, they don't like it.
Fucking Linus.
So I think we can kind of move on to the gameplay. I don't remember what the bumper for this one.
It was bad, so...
Oh, it was bad.
Pika-pee! That'll be it now.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Jesus, no.
Oh, I know what it was. It was supposed to be the Pokemon, like, bleeping noises when you're in the menu. That's what I wanted. Anyways, gameplay. So, again, the core of the game is you're a farmer. Now, there's no real goal. You can kind of do whatever you want. Ostensibly, it's probably just to like make money, grow your farm is your goal. But you don't really have to do that.
Yeah.
You don't really have to do that. Nothing really pushes you to do that. I mean, certain events, but like you're not going to fail the game.
Yeah, well, especially earlier on when you don't really benefit from doing it very much because it just takes so long.
Farming?
Yeah.
Yes, one of the core mechanics of Harvest Moon, like, actually, it's kind of
well. I mean,
incorrect.
like it makes sense. Like it makes sense that it doesn't just like grow, right?
Yeah.
Like just magic, but like, it's just a little like
slow,
like tedious, like having to do that when I can earn way more money because like my fishing's like level 6 already. And I can earn way more money just like throwing my fishing pole in the water all day and just catch all these like gold tier fish.
Yeah,
Not that lucky.
Just describing the game.
That's all I catch.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I hate you.
What? How did you upgrade your fish?
Level
run?
6.
Yeah, level 6.
Level 6 goldfish.
I've got
now-
a 79-inch eel.
Okay,
On the record.
let's stop talking about your giant eel. Okay, we don't want to hear it.
You're just fucking jealous, aren't you, bitch?
Yeah.
Now, when I describe this game as a farming, like a farming simulator kind of game, well, it's not a simulator, but like a farming game, that's kind of wrong. The game actually, once you get into it, is more of a time management, like strategy planning
Yeah.
game. Because
big
with,
time.
with farming, like the
Fucking
harvesting of plants in particular,
Cauliflower, bitch.
Get bugged.
it becomes more.
You planted cauliflower too late in spring.
Oh,
Couldn't give Jody a cauliflower.
oh no! I did that with I think cauliflower as well. It ticked over to summer because I thought it would.
I swear
I
to
thought I
God,
planned it right on the
I
same
was
day.
6 days, like right as summer started. Like I swear to God, that would have been 6 days. I was so mad.
I know. I was like, well, just one day would have been glorious. But yeah, so
You guys need to read your calendars better.
I just
I
want
just,
to.
I just didn't pay attention, and I didn't really know when I planted it because, like, I didn't really know. I didn't really look to see like how long it took, and I didn't really know how long the seasons were either.
Doesn't know how
Yeah,
farming works.
I
He
didn't know.
fishes.
I didn't know it was 28 days either, and that's
Yeah,
when I got
I was
screwed.
expecting 30.
But I found, yeah, same. But I found out it takes that whatever day it tells you, it takes that amount of days from like the day you like after you plant.
Hmm.
So when you plant it, and that day doesn't count.
Gotcha. But yeah, so it becomes more about like strategizing your planting, putting them in the proper order. Later on, you get sprinklers
Scarecrows.
that water things for you. You need scarecrows to keep birds away. So it becomes more about ordering them in an efficient way so that you can get to them and sprinkler them, or building sprinklers that'll sprinkle it for you, and building them correctly so that the scarecrows are providing enough coverage, and like it kind of develops from there. So like eventually, if you're good enough, you just kind of you collect them and you plant them, and that's really about it. But there's also other farming like activities like you can get cows and milk them, you can get sheep and shear them. There's some other more exotic animals, but then there's also I'm still saving. I'm still saving for the coop as well.
So
but
expensive.
I was focusing on some
I
other
got
stuff.
a coop
Boo.
and 2 chicken now.
2 chicken? You got 2 chicken?
2 chicken.
Oh my god. But yeah.
So many eggs. It's
What
amazing.
scared you? That you were too chicken.
God. Anyways, while you're waiting for your turnips to hatch,
And carry on.
You can do other activities like Scott was saying, such as fish. You can go mining, and the mining actually involves some light combat elements. There's different monsters down in the caves that will bother you while you're trying to mine those precious ores.
Inconvenience.
There's actually some light combat RPG elements. You can kind of equip your character in different ways. You can give them different swords to fight these different monsters, which is kind of interesting. It just gives it a different feel, right? It's not just like harvesting all these crops, which, like you said, can be a little tedious, but I almost find it like a pleasurable kind of just like repeated process.
Yeah,
almost therapeutic.
it's just something that I got to get into a little bit more because, like, right now, like I said,
don't expect this game to be for everyone. Like that, especially the farming.
I like
aspect.
it. It's just like how I play games is
100%.
Exactly like what this game is designed for.
You just gotta grind it out.
I'll just whore money and then I'll worry about the smaller, more tedious things after.
And then he'll buy the farm.
It's almost like his risk
I'll
strategy.
buy a fucking city.
Very conservative.
Oh yeah, Australia, fucking goddamn it. But yeah, then there's also foraging and you can also craft items as well. So you can like get hops and make beer and whatever, or you could buy the raw ingredients and make them and sell them. But yeah, there's a lot to the game. So I wanted to ask, excuse me, what was your guys' favorite way of making money? So Scott already said it's fishing for you, at least for now.
It's so easy.
But Brandon, what about you?
Well, I like fishing because it's entertaining, and that little mini game kind of grew on me.
Yeah,
hated
same
it
here.
At first.
Same. I always I fucking hated it. And Marcine was behind me, secret producer on the show, was behind me just like, oh yeah, no, it's easy. I'm like, I don't understand how to do it. I can't catch a fish. It took me like half of an in-game month to figure out how to catch a fish.
I mean, well, it took me
not
like
impressed.
a day to figure it out, but
It took me like my second
wouldn't say
try
once.
to figure it out.
Well, I'm just stupid then. Fine.
But other than fishing, I don't know. I really like doing the farm thing because I'm a huge Harvest Moon fan. I've played them ever since the first Harvest Moon,
Yep.
and I don't know. I just enjoy it. It's like
the core.
It's calming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the core game.
Yeah.
But I like making money. So I mean, I grew a lot of shit.
Same. That's
Like,
what I focused
a
on.
lot of
That's
shit.
why I don't have a coop, because I just planted more plants and I spent my entire day watering them. But
Actually,
I know.
I focused on a lot of the community center stuff too.
I did some of the foraging ones because those ones were pretty easy.
I have a lot done. Like almost all the fishing ones, because those are so easy to do, are pretty much done for me.
I don't think I've really
And
focused on those. I should.
and the foraging ones as well now.
Yeah,
We-
the
I mean,
I'm
foraging
coming
ones
into
pretty decent
like
rewards.
winter of my first year, so I'm getting there.
Yeah, you actually surprisingly, you guys are both farther than me in the game, and
And I played one day.
you played for
Yeah.
a day, real life times. And yeah,
Well, no. I mean, I started at probably 2 in the afternoon. So I probably played
Stopped at,
about
4.
so 2 at night.
no, not quite that late, but
No, we were playing
because
Minecraft.
I played Minecraft last night. Yeah. I took a break from Stardew Valley to play Minecraft. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
It was a good break.
So besides mining and crafting in the game, the one aspect that Brandon was talking about earlier was trying to figure out the characters to try and interact with them and mechanic wise reap the benefits of getting them to like you. And what you have to
You
do
can
for
go
that,
in their bedroom.
so you can go in their bedroom and read their diary.
Bundle their toys.
Steal shit.
Or play video games with them. There's actually one character event where you can play
mean-
video games with somebody. That was quite fun. But yeah, so interacting with these characters, you kind of have to start learning the routines. Okay, it's a Monday, so this character is going to be here at this time and here at this time. And Leia only goes into the bars on Wednesdays and Saturdays or whatever, I can't remember.
And it fucking changes every season.
And every season they have a different schedule.
Yeah,
in
it's
certain seasons, like
awful.
it's really hard to find them, and sometimes characters only spend all their time in the room, and you can't enter their room until you've
Oh
gotten a
yeah.
certain
Well, I
friendship
had to do
level.
a timed quest for Sebastian because he needed fucking
And he never left
some
his room.
crap algae. I literally stood outside of his door until he left. I just stood there.
That was a
I was like, "You're
good,
gonna fucking leave at some point.
good
Like, you're
use
gonna
of time
leave."
there.
Well, I was
Days
like,
probably
Plants
water,
are
it's
dying
okay.
outside.
Do you guys
Um,
have like a set routine of what you do every single day?
Oh yeah.
yeah. Well, what I did was I go outside, I water all my plants, and then I go fishing.
Fair enough.
See, every
Pretty
day.
Get
much
Sebastian
my-
his algae.
or more recently, I go water all my plants and I go mining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I try to save mining for days that it's raining. That way I
Yeah.
have the most time to spend in
and the
mine
most
as
energy,
possible.
because another aspect
And
of
the
this
most
game
energy,
is
yes.
you have to. There's energy management because your character has stamina. You can
Because
recover it
fishing
with
uses
food,
so much energy.
but mining does.
Stupid. No, but I know.
fishing.
But I'm being serious. Like, well, I don't know why it uses so much energy. Like, you're just fucking sitting there throwing a rod in the water. Like, it's
Man,
not hard.
I kind of
that
agree,
rod
but-
is so heavy.
The fiberglass one is so heavy. The fiberglass
man.
one.
Listen, Brandon's rod is very heavy.
When
That's
you-
what we learned.
Right?
Um,
And when you catch those 79-inch eels, man, that takes a lot of energy.
anyways,
He's not wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, my character gets up, he goes to the TV, watches the news and the weather. Then he goes
Oh, I do that
outside.
at night, right before, so because it says for the next day.
Yeah, but I
Well,
just to remember for the day.
You should also do the fortune teller, because that tells your fortune for the day.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
But that
Yeah, I
can
haven't done that either.
that can give you extra stuff. Like
Really?
other events can happen because of it. Yeah.
It took me a while how to figure out how to place fence.
That?
More time than I'm willing to disclose how long to place fence.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you had to be standing in front of the block you were placing
Yep.
it on. I was like, I'm just trying to place it, and it's like, why can't I place it anywhere?
Yeah,
It's all red.
It took me a little bit
Everywhere.
to
Yeah,
figure
there's
out.
there's actually an option which I highly suggest putting on. It's in the options somewhere. I don't know what it's called, but it shows you exactly where you're gonna place something.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I
we have
shouldn't
that.
where.
Just,
I have that.
you
Like
have to
it
be
shows me
standing,
where
you have
I'm
to be
going to
standing
place
close
it,
to
but
the area.
it doesn't like tell you that like you have to be next to the thing you want if you want to place it. Like where some items you can just like I want to place it over there and then you place it over there. And some things you have to be right next to it to do it. So it's like a little bit like inconsistent that way, and it's annoying because like it took me fucking forever how to figure out how to place fence. Like I was like it's like what the fuck? Why can't I place fence anywhere? And this was like spamming. I was like clicking everywhere, and then I clicked and I got it right in front of me, and I'm like, well shit.
Well, shit.
Shit.
I actually did want to mention that. That actually reminds me. There are some aspects of like we've kind of just been gushing over this game, but there are some aspects of this game that aren't quite perfect. Like I said, this game was developed.
So
by
like
one
some
dude.
of the objectives and stuff are super unclear,
Yeah, like
and it's just like I don't want to think.
I don't like
Like-
things.
on the
Or,
one
like,
hand,
for the missions, like it where it's like bring this to this person, and they don't tell you where they are, and you're like,
Well, that's the point. Like you need to learn these people's schedules.
Yeah.
fucking care. If I have a mission to bring something to somebody, they should be in a specific spot just for at least that mission.
Scott's not a stalker.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I am because I figured out where he was, and I waited outside his bedroom.
outside his room.
And the funniest
It's amazing that you could have just like
I
knocked.
can just see Scott just like
No, the funniest thing is, so my character has like the blue glasses on, the bright blue glasses on. So all you saw, because like his room's in the basement of the house, right? So all you saw were my eyes and my hair, like the top of my head from my eyes up, just like peering over his door. I see you. Hey, I see you. Get the
Hey,
fuck
get
out of
your
bed,
room.
asshole.
oh my goodness. So
And I just waited there. It was a long, like I was literally there for like 4 or 5 in-game hours,
Jesus.
just waiting for him to leave his room.
for how simple the game is, I'm not surprised that there aren't too many mechanics and such that aren't kind of like fully fleshed out or well planned out, everything seems to kind of work. So everything, like some things aren't explained super well, but you can kind of figure it out. It's pretty simple, which I liked.
I also like randomly figured out how to block because it doesn't tell you.
You can
that
block?
You can even block. Yeah, you left click.
Yeah, you can block. Yep.
Well, it's things like that.
Or right click or whatever.
Right
I
click.
didn't know that.
Right
Yeah,
click.
you can
It
right
sounds
click
like
and
Morrowind
there's like
all over again.
There's a cool down for it every time you do it.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Like when like the slimes like when you could see them charging at you, you can just block and they bounce off
Or
of
the
you.
friggin' fly things. Oh my god.
I just one hit them. Like I don't.
When there's like 8 of them and they're all coming up
Oh
in
well,
a
I
different
haven't
angle.
I haven't
just
had
like,
that problem.
No, you don't know the enemy he's talking about yet.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
They're the
or
worst.
Or the diglets. The diglets I just find adorable.
The diglets are fun.
actually a diglet. But yeah, like
crabs
there isn't much to
hide themselves.
there isn't much to
Bitch.
poke at the game because like it's pretty simple. Like it works.
Yeah.
It's the game is all about kind of just like this almost therapeutic rinse and repeat, planning out what your day is going to be. Oh, it's raining. Okay, so that means I can mine all day, or I can chase after this character because I don't have to take after watering the plants.
Or you can catch eels in the rain.
You can catch 17-inch eels and just like
79.
be like, "What's up? Look at my
eels,
eel."
That's not even big.
So, it's kind of like, I don't know. I really like it. Like every time I play that game,
Caught an anchovy that's 17 inches.
Right? A fucking anchovy.
I just imagine that the townsfolk in Scott's town is just like, that guy, he owns the farm over there. All he does is fish, though. It's really weird. He doesn't even farm.
I had a farm. There's a scarecrow in a farm area.
I like to imagine there's a scarecrow and like 2 plants, just like he's like
No, I had like.
And they're not even like vegetables or something. It's just like a flower.
Well, okay, so like I had planted like how you get those mixed seeds.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I planted a lot of those because I was like, oh,
'Cause they
for
were
whatever.
free? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was
You
like,
get,
oh,
like,
let's see what they
30
grow
of
into.
But
I had like a good 4 rows of 9 of plants. Like one of the rows was cauliflower, the other one was like, and then you know how like for one of the community center, I finished one of the foraging packs or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
They gave me 30 spring seeds.
Mhm.
Yep.
So I planted some of those.
and hope they grow in time.
Yeah, because I wasn't paying attention, and I just didn't know how long the months or the seasons were.
Noob.
Well, yeah.
It sounds like you were all pretty engrossed because, yeah, I play this game and I come away and think like, fuck, I gotta plan out a garden in my like at my actual house. Like,
Oh, I planned out my garden.
Right?
no, like I mean like in real life, like a garden at my house. Like just it just makes me like feel so peaceful and like I just want a garden. Like that's what I really want to do. So like, yeah, every time I play this game, it just makes me feel kind of relaxed, and it's repetitive and simple, but it's that in a good way. Did you guys find the same? Like, obviously, Scott, you played it for a whole day, so you must have enjoyed it.
It bothers my. There's a lot that just like really bothers my OCD about this game.
It's a collectathon. Like there are like things you have to collect.
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit of that. Just like certain things, like I need to clear out everything in front of my house.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just
Oh,
needs to go
yeah.
I
away.
can't wait until
That
I can
bothered
get
me too.
the hammer and the axe that can let me. Yep.
I've already upgraded my pickaxe and my axe.
It's not level 6, though.
Before
My
we
axes.
Scott, before we move on, and Brandon, we'll get to your opinion next. Scott, have you explored your entire farm?
No.
Okay, go into the upper left
Spoiler
corner.
alert.
Go into
Oh, where
upper left corner.
the door is, where it says like your grandpa will meet you in 3 years.
God damn it!
Eat shit, Jacob.
Boo! You're a bad man, Scott.
I've explored
you're
that
a bad
part
man.
of my of my farm.
That blew my fucking mind. It was just like
I was just kind of like, when I
What?
saw that, I was kind of just
What?
like, oh, I thought he died.
That's the point.
Oh, okay.
Brandon, what about you? What do you think?
I wasn't really mind blown by it. I was kind of just like,
Yeah, but you don't care. You don't care about anything
Oh,
that
that's something to
you're
look forward to.
collecting. You
I was like,
collect
I thought he died. Oh well, I guess he
he's not-
didn't.
Okay, whatever. Stupid.
Let me go back to clearing
He's
now.
he's a bunch of ones and zeros. What do I care about him? Brandon, what about you?
What about me? What?
What do you think of the gameplay? Have you been enjoying it? I mean, like you've gotten pretty far.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, hell yeah. I mean, I knew I was going to enjoy it, and I enjoy all the Harvest Moon games as
I
well.
would have traded it in already if you didn't enjoy it. Oh wait, it's a digital game.
Well, technically, you can still trade those in, but
Yeah.
no, I
Yeah.
I liked it a lot,
Yeah.
and I'm still very engrossed in it.
Taylor, what about you?
Yeah.
I know, have you
I
played
have
any
all
of
the intentions of playing many years in that game.
You're gonna enjoy a happy life together.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, we are.
Taylor, what about you? Have you played Harvest Moon?
I have not played Harvest Moon. I've kind of
Really?
watched my sister over the shoulder occasionally play a few seconds of it. That's the same thing, right?
Sounds like he's an expert.
More or less, yeah.
Yep.
You basically got the gist of the game. Okay. Yeah, like I've been waiting for a game like Harvest Moon, but better. Because the newest Harvest Moons, they're so fucking. I have it on my DS. DS is over there. I have like one of the newer ones on my DS, and it's so goddamn slow. And all you want to do is learn about the characters, but they keep introducing these stupid mechanics, and like it's interfering with the game. Like it's like just make the game better. Like you have everything there, and you just like kind of like shit on it and made it worse. Like I don't understand. And then this guy comes along and makes like a perfect like Harvest Moon that we all wanted, and even better. There's even more crap in it than we wanted, and it's just like so happy. Makes me so happy. But I think that can bring us on to our last.
Makes him happy. Blah, 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 da, da. Yeah. That was my
The
contribution.
happy song. I get it. Okay. Anyways, moving on to our community segment. Need a light. For community, like I said, this game got stupid big on Twitch. Like I don't know why, but everyone just like, I love Harvest Moon. Let's play this on Twitch. And people were watching it. People were playing it. Everyone seemed to be having a good time. People were buying it because of this. Like it was great. Did you guys see any of it on Twitch?
No, but I know of like a big streamer that did stream it, and I kind of try to avoid it because I didn't want any spoilers.
Yeah,
myself.
I didn't. I tried not to watch too much of it myself. I just watched like the first season and then I stopped. But how did you guys learn about the game? Was it just through me or?
Yeah, through you.
I learned through Brandon.
And
Well,
Brian learned from me.
I heard about it, like people talking about it, but I didn't really know what it was. And then Brandon's like, "You would like it because it's this kind of game." And I'm like, "Fuck." I probably would.
Yeah, I kind of just like me and the producer of the show. We're kind of looking for the Harvest Moon games because we bought this newest one. It was shit. She bought Rune Factory from like an older Rune Factory game, which is it's like a spin-off of the Harvest Moon series, and that was all right. So we're just trying to find these new ones, and there was this one called like Story of Seasons, which was made by the original developers of the Harvest Moon, who had to move on for whatever reason. Apparently, that was like kind of okay. So we were looking on Steam for Harvest Moon clones. We found this. Like, oh, right, it hadn't released at that point, so we kept an eye on it. It came out, suddenly got huge on Twitch, so we're like, okay, well, let's try it. We bought it and we fucking loved it. So it was just fucking.
Language.
Sorry, this game makes me excited. Like I was trying to find, we both just love
Off the
Harvest
mic.
Moon, and Harvest Moon has just been shit for so long. So it just felt good to have a new game in it.
Shots fired in Harvest Moon.
Yeah, right.
Bang bang.
But I was kind of surprised at how, like I said, there was lots of Twitch streamers. There was lots of our like content and community around the game. Like there was people sharing stuff and creating stuff, exploring the world. There was wikis. Like within a day, there was full-fledged wikis of people exploring stuff that people were updating because they were learning. And the developer of the game seemed very invested and involved in it. Which like that guy's like a millionaire now. Like he went from working at like I don't know, like he was working some shitty night job and developing this game on the side, and then all of a sudden he's legit a millionaire now. All after a couple days. So like, and the game's still selling. Like, good for him, because that's a really cool story. And yeah, people love it. People are creating things around it. They're making mods. There's mods that change everything to Pokemon. There's mods that make all the characters like kind of slutty and stuff like that. There's mods that improve or tweak game.
Wait, which mod is that?
There's you can just find it super easy. Don't even worry about it. There's mods that kind of like tweak the gameplay. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, there's these like little like kind of like squiggly wormy things in the ground.
Yeah.
And if you hit them with a
Those are
pickaxe,
worms.
yeah, if you
No,
hit them with a pickaxe,
you hit him with a hoe.
Correct. You hit
Hit
them
them with
worms.
Penny?
You hit the worms with a
Jesus.
hoe. And things will pop out of the ground, so you can change
I'm
them
pretty
into
sure
the X
Haley's
from-
the hoe.
Oh.
I want to get to know Haley only to see if there's something underneath that bitchy exterior. Oh my god, she's so bad. I hate her so much. Anyways, but yeah, there's just a lot of good content around the game, not just in the game itself, which I'm happy to see. Have you guys like used it, Brandon? I know you're trying to stay away from the wiki, but
Well, I have used it. Can confirm.
I have too. I broke
mostly
down.
because I was trying to find a certain fish, and I was just not catching it. And then I found out you needed to be in a certain season.
Yeah.
Fish?
Fish.
Fish?
I have not yet.
What about like just looking at content either on YouTube or Reddit, like wherever?
Oh, I've
the only
I've
thing-
definitely scrolled through the Reddit
The
a
only
couple
thing
times.
I've seen is one video on YouTube, and it was literally just the beginning of the game.
Okay.
And that's when he
And,
decided
like,
to buy it.
Yeah, literally. I was like, well, shit.
Taylor, what about you? Have you seen any content from this game or about this game?
I have watched a person that uploads to YouTube play it, and they have played it quite a little bit, not too long, but
Alright.
I've seen a little bit, yeah. Seen enough to know what I'm thinking about.
The game kind of the game has really gotten around. And like I said, the developer
Like a slut.
yeah,
Kinda like Haley.
like Penny. The like I said, the developer of the game has kind of been pretty involved because like that's kind of his baby. And he's still updating the game. There was big community outcry to add a character named Shane as a romanceable character. So he's gonna be trying to develop that. There is
Not to mention the rumor of multiplayer. for
Yes, that is something I am very excited about. So the developer originally wanted to include multiplayer. It never happened for the release. It's a pretty sizable job to do that. So he is still developing it, but at least he's saying that it will come out. I really, really hope it does because multiplayer sounds amazing. But
I have so many theories for it.
like
Like I'm kind of curious on how it would work. Like there's so many different ways you could do something like this.
yeah,
Like you could have like different spots in the town where your friends could have their farms, and or you could all be like working on one farm collectively.
that's what I was assuming. I was assuming that you'd all have like it would be your cottage and your piece of
As
farmland.
long as there's no auction house.
A Diablo joke? I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I'm guessing
Well,
Diablo.
no, because
He has no
like,
idea what that is though.
Oh,
You're
the
right.
auction
You
house,
don't
I
know
the
what
auction
I
house in
is.
Diablo is.
Yeah, but it doesn't exist.
Because I
in
played
Diablo.
it's the same thing in Neverwinter,
Killed it.
right?
No one's
Anyways,
played Neverwinter.
Anyways, go on. I'm
Neverwinter.
curious as
No,
to
no,
what the hell
like
you meant.
every game like that, like where you have like when you can get like rare items and stuff. Every game like that has a fucking auction house, and it's just annoying because like it's just such an useless part of the game, and like it just I don't know. Like I just feel like it's just a bad idea for games. I'm against auction houses.
Well, Diablo
I-
3 is now 2. I'm
You
super
wish
excited.
Diablo 3 was 2.
I kind of do, actually. Yeah, I'm super excited for co-op if it ever comes in. I think it's just going to be you share a
Co-op would
farm.
be phenomenal.
Yeah, right? Like, we could set up our own thing and do it. Like, I can do...
Scott could send you to fish.
No, I wouldn't. He wouldn't catch.
I'd be
79
watering the
eels.
entire time. Brandon would be, like, mining shit in the mines. Oh my god,
would.
you can do, like, dungeon raids together and just, like, ah! Oh, yeah.
And then
I'm
I'll be
excited.
fishing.
I want that part of the game pretty badly. And yeah, the developers...
I
kind
could
of,
see
like,
there being like a
using it.
trading thing, which I'd be okay with, but not an auction house.
Like, it's not an internet... It's not an MMO. I don't see what the point of an auction house would be.
Trust me.
Like, if you're all mining, if you're all farming the same piece of farm, like, and some guy wakes up extra early and, like, snags the golden turnip from you, you're just like, ah, shit, now I'm gonna have to buy it off at the auction house. Like, I don't feel like that's gonna be a mechanic.
Yeah, but you can grow different things and you can find different things.
That is true.
In like geodes and stuff like that. To fill
Yeah,
up
but I mean,
museum
you're
and
Runs
working
around
stuff.
the town
collectively.
foraging and has a lockdown on pine cones.
Oh, I have a lockdown on pine cones. Fuck you.
The pine
And-
cone empire.
All about the salmon berries or salmon, whatever,
Yeah.
salmonella,
Salmon
blah blah
berries.
blah.
Salmonera.
I found some.
Oh, yeah.
I found some gold star grapes.
You found them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were literally just sitting on the ground. And I was like, oh,
Oh.
Mine now.
yeah.
I think
Pretty
my
much.
favorite thing that I found was the cat who sells hats, because he's
Oh.
literally
Yeah.
he's
The one
one
with the,
he's literally a
going?
cat
it's the.
a cat in a hat.
Isn't it a mouse? Isn't it a mouse that sells hats?
I thought it was a cat. No, it's
No,
a
it's
cat.
definitely a
Pretty
cat.
It's a cat in a
Definitely a
hat.
I'm pretty sure it's a mouse.
It's a cat in a
Definitely a
hat.
cat.
God damn it!
Pretty sure it was like mouse in the hat.
No, it's definitely a cat.
Pretty sure it was a mouse.
Anyways,
No, it's a cat because Cat in the Hat. You know, Dr. Seuss. A mouse.
one last question
Uh,
I wanted to ask about the game. Sorry, Taylor, did you have something?
No. Continue talking.
Great. One last thing I wanted to ask you guys. Was,
They don't have a way to view achievements.
Isn't there?
Yeah, they do.
I'm pretty sure
Where?
there is.
Definitely
it's,
is.
It's somewhere in the
Where?
main menu.
I searched.
Definitely in the main menu.
I think so. Yeah.
Looked.
But the one question I had
wanna
for you
see
guys
the
before we kind of
achievements.
wrap up was what I'm curious why the game got so big. Like,
And we'll
it
leave
just
that
blew
cliffhanger.
up.
It's just
Before
that,
anyone
I mean,
answers, we'll
to me,
have that as a cliffhanger.
Why?
I can confirm it's a mouse that sells hats.
No! It's a cat in a hat! It can't be a mouse!
I just checked the wiki.
Boo! Boo him! Boo!
Fuck you.
It's a
It's
cat
to
in a
both
hat.
of
I don't
you.
even care. I don't even care.
A mouse in the hat. I was right. Fuck you.
Stupid. Anyways,
Mad bro.
Hey.
hats and cats. For fuck's sake. Read your Seuss's.
Anyway, so what I was gonna say
And Scott's
was I
back.
feel like it's just one of those games.
Hello, Scott.
People just like good games, and so it doesn't surprise me
Yeah.
that a good game is popular.
Brandon?
And
I'm a
I just
failure
think
on that.
people heard that it was a good game.
I'm just surprised, like, cause I agree. The game
Also,
is,
Scott, you like cut off. We didn't hear anything you said.
yeah, I
In
think he
case you were-
knows. I think he knows.
I stopped talking.
Good.
Great, good. Keep it that way. I kind of agree. I think there was a lot of people who played Harvest Moon and who realized that the series had been shit for a long time. So when a new game in that vein came out that was actually decent, they all kind of latched onto it. I'm just surprised so many people found it like as soon as it came out. It was really just kind of shocking. But I guess with
I tried.
Twitch and within that kind
I
of
mean, in this day and age, are you really that shocked?
no, I guess that like between Twitch and social media and get off my lawn, between that kind of stuff, like things like this get around, and this game
Giggity.
had a
Like
bit
Penny.
of a volley, like Penny, like fuck, I forgot, I completely forgot what I was gonna say.
Like Penny.
Poor Penny. Like at first I'm just like, oh, she's so cute.
That's what
and, like,
she said.
I just want to help her. She's so she's broken home,
You can't
and I
fix
just
her.
want to. Yeah, well, and then I realized like, oh yeah, like she's super boring and just wants like I want a family. That's my entire character. So I'm just like, okay, maybe I'll check out this dude.
I'm gonna do the guy who plays video games. That
Yeah,
seems fun.
he sounds cool. That sounds like a great relationship. We'll just play video games all day.
They're just bros now.
And that was one thing I forgot to mention, that the fact that like the game just like, here you go. Actually, that's the kind of a discussion I wanted to do. So jumping back, for games that like the game lets you enter a relationship, whether you're a boy or a girl, with whoever you want, as long as they're a romanceable character. And for a long time, that kind of view on in game development kind of bothered me. It was Dragon Age, where like basically every character you can sleep with basically every character, as far as I remember.
I'm thinking Fable.
Maybe Fable. Yeah, basically everyone was bisexual. And that kind of bothered me, not because like I'm homophobic or anything, but it bothered me because like sexuality seems to be like that's a core part of your person. Like that's not something that can just like kind of wildly randomly change unless you're like if you're bisexual, yeah, you're bisexual. If you're homosexual, if you're heterosexual, like that's kind of who you are. It's if people ask you to describe yourself in great detail, that would be something that you would include. So to have that kind of fluid in video games really bothered me, especially in storytelling games. Like if Mass Effect, if the characters in Mass Effect were all kind of just like, yeah, we're all bisexual, like just we'll get it on with whoever, that would kind of bother me. But I've come to the realization that, especially for games like like Stardew Valley, like those games are about fantasy fulfillment. And if you want to get with that person and you can't because you're a guy and they're a guy, or you're a girl and they're a girl, or they're homosexual and you're whatever, like for whatever reason, if you can't get with them, it kind of sucks. Like this whole game is about just like you feeling good and just like being like, yeah, I have a farm and I love this person and we're to get like, it's just so whimsical and again fantasy fulfillment that if that wasn't there, I think it would actually diminish from the game. And I feel like for that kind of thing, if it's a very like heavily story driven game and like these are the characters and they're supposed to mean something to you because they're real people, I feel like characters should have kind of defined personalities and sexual orientations. But if it's a game that's more about fantasy fulfillment, and it's weird because Mass Effect kind of falls into that, like, yeah, it's supposed to have these really interesting characters, but it's also supposed to be about like Shepard, you as Shepard, or like the savior of the galaxy through whatever methods you find acceptable. Like it's kind of a weird like balancing act of how far you take it. I don't know. I found that very interesting.
Well, Mass Effect 3 you could, and 2. No, maybe it was just 3. You could like decide to be bisexual.
Yeah, I mean, in one you didn't have
One you
very many
couldn't, yeah.
options. Basically, it was Liara if you were a girl, and she's an alien, so that doesn't really count. A monosexual alien, and then in 2, maybe I don't think so.
Miranda?
I know. I think Miranda only went for guys. Jack, I think, might have been bisexual. Although, like, see, that's the interesting thing, because I think if I'm remembering correctly, Jack will sleep with you, man or woman, but I think you can only enter like the deeper relationship if you're a man. I don't know. I can't remember. Another case in Mass Effect 3, there are characters who are bisexual. Specifically, Caden is the one I remember. Because of a very awkward scene at a cafe when he tried to ask me out, and I was like, I didn't realize that this was a date. It was very silly. It was super awkward, and it made me love that game because it was just like, that's super cute. Anyways, getting back to Stardew Valley, yeah, I thought that was interesting, but I think we can wrap up. What did you guys think of the game? Are you going to keep playing it? Because I sure as hell am. It's just right up my alley. Scott?
Oh yeah.
I have no intention of
yeah.
stopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I for the foreseeable future, this will be definitely one of the games that I play.
Yeah, it's just
The amount that I'm playing it will not change.
Taylor, you're not interested at all. It's just not your cup of tea.
Not my game.
Fair enough. It's
It's kind of RPG-ish, so we can't play it.
I'm kind of being a role of something, and I don't want to be a role and playing in a game.
It's slow. There isn't a clearly defined goal. Like, it's just do these simple tasks over and over again and plan them out.
It's a relaxing game. Like that's I didn't even want to play all day yesterday, but that's just what happened.
Fun
Just
fact:
kind of like-
Scott played for 7.9 hours,
You just kind of looked.
Thank you, Steve.
and Brandon's played for 40 hours.
Wow.
And Jacob doesn't play on Steam, so he
I
can
don't.
jump in the lake.
Got it off GOG. That's where it's at. But yeah, again, I'll keep playing it. The game's just it's super fun. I don't know why. I don't know where it's been all my life. Harvest Moon. I used to play Harvest Moon so much. Friends of Mineral Town, like this old SNES one, the Game Boy version that Brandon had. I remember going to Brandon's cottage like when I was, I don't know, like 12 or something, and I just stole his copy of Harvest Moon and played the entire time I was up there.
I remember that.
Yeah, I do. You were there. I forgot. Oh my god. That's not true. You guys rented some sort of like weird JRPG or something for the Xbox or PlayStation. You guys played that, and I was just in the corner playing.
That was actually Halo.
Probably was actually.
It's so weird.
It
No,
probably
you
was.
guys, you guys got some weird.
That one was actually Halo.
Was it? Oh my god, it was so long ago.
Japanese RPG, Halo, same thing in Jacob's mind, really.
Really. I mean, I don't play either, so.
Really, if the Halo podcast told you nothing.
But yeah, that's kind of our opinions on Harvest Moon. If it sounds interesting, go pick it up. It's a good game.
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley, not Harvest
Moon. Fuck. It's the same goddamn game, except better.
You'll
Stardew
figure it out
Valley.
one day.
One day.
When
Yeah.
Only
on
took
the
him
loading
25
title
hours
screen,
to
he actually
figure
just
out
pastes
what-
like Harvest Moon on his screen so he can try to believe.
Great game. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are just tuning in, this has been Press A to Podcast. We cover a
Really
new-
bad time to tune in.
Yeah, it's the end. I'm sorry, but you can catch the VODs. We do this every other week, live on Twitch on a different gaming topic every episode, and in between weeks we try and stream whenever possible. If you want to catch the VODs, you can find them on YouTube at Press A to Podcast. You can also find us on Twitter if you want to follow us. That helps. That's the easiest way to get a hold of us or find out when we're streaming. You can find us at Press A to Podcast on Twitter. And then also, if you want to send us a good old email, tell us what you think about the episode, some opinions on future episodes, criticisms, critiques, comments, whatever you want. You can email us at pressapodcast@gmail.com. We would really love your emails. That's about it. Do you guys have anything you wanted to mention before we kind of wrap up the show?
Blueberries. Farm all the
I got a
blueberries.
new microphone.
It sounds like it might be a dial-up modem from the 90s. Yeah, that's about it, guys.
What's the dial-up mode? From the
You just
90s?
made a weird noise, and I thought I'd make a joke, but I'm not good at those, so I don't know why I even tried. Next episode, I think we were thinking Mario Kart. I think I want to talk to you guys about it and maybe do something else, so we'll see. But
That will
next
change when
episode-
you hear my idea.
oh, I don't know. I have a pretty good idea. I got broken, guys, and it's really good, and I want to do it on the episode. Okay, bye, guys. Thanks for watching.
Next week.
Okay, bye. Thanks for watching. Bye. You're the best. Bye.
We're doing Left 4 Dead, right?
I don't know. Maybe.